Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm excited to share my minimalist journey through 21 things I've chosen to let go of for a simpler, more meaningful life. Letting go of what I didn't need brought more than just a tidy space. It gave me freedom, ease, and a deep sense of peace. If you're also looking for ways to live simply and more intentionally, join me as we dive into these changes and discover the inspiration they might spark in you too. Holding on to negative thoughts is like carrying an invisible burden that weighs us down and dims the joy in our lives. When we cling to past mistakes, worries, or criticism, we unknowingly lose the joy and potential of the present. Letting go of these unhelpful mental habits creates space for growth and positive thinking. Instead of accumulating negativity, nurture a strong, positive mindset that opens the door to a more fulfilling and wholesome life. Have you ever felt like you can never truly relax? That you always need to be doing something to avoid feeling useless? In today's fast-paced world, many of us chase after tasks, responsibilities, and goals, often forgetting that sometimes pausing can be incredibly valuable. Why do we feel guilty about not being productive? In reality, those peaceful moments, sitting quietly to reflect or simply enjoying a cup of coffee amidst the chaos, can be the soul's remedy. Life isn't solely about ticking off boxes on a to-do list. Sometimes, a quiet afternoon spent watching nature or diving into a good book is the best way to do something that nourishes our spirit. Instead of perpetually being busy, allow yourself the grace to breathe and slow down. This isn't a waste of time. It's an opportunity to recharge, discover new inspirations, and deeply appreciate the precious moments life offers. In today's fast-paced world, we often find ourselves caught in the race for perfection. The image of an ideal version of ourselves seems ever present, pushing us to fine-tune and improve every little detail. But in reality, perfection is just an illusion. I have been there too, feeling the pressure to become perfect like many of you. The pursuit of perfection can leave us exhausted and overwhelmed. Sometimes we forget that our flaws and mistakes are what make us unique. These experiences not only help us grow, but also allow us to connect with others in a more genuine way. Instead of chasing perfection, let's learn to embrace our imperfections. Mistakes and failures are a natural part of life, and they bring valuable lessons. When we dare to live authentically, we discover joy and confidence, and that is what truly matters. There was a time when I felt pressured to attend every social event, from parties to casual meetups. But the more I went, the more I realized I was spending my time on things that didn't truly matter. Since choosing to be more selective, I feel relieved and have more time to focus on what's genuinely meaningful, like self-care and connecting with loved ones. Sometimes, skipping unnecessary gatherings is the best way to nurture real peace and joy in life. Some days, emotions surge like an unstoppable current, sometimes loud and intense, other times quietly seeping in. Mastering these feelings isn't easy, but each moment spent understanding and accepting them reveals more about who we are. Often, it's in embracing our sadness or unease that we find our true strength. When we learn to manage our emotions, we're no longer swept away by them. Instead, we take charge of our lives. Each emotion carries a message. If we're willing to listen and face it, it will guide us toward growth and deeper self-understanding. Sometimes, we find ourselves endlessly questioning our past actions regarding events that were completely beyond our control. Thoughts like, if only I had, or "I shouldn't have," only trap us in a cycle of regret and self-blame. Yet, trying to change the past is futile and only leads to further exhaustion. Blaming ourselves for things we can't control is like trying to hold water in our palms. No matter how hard we try, it will slip away. Instead of fixating on what can't be changed, we should learn to let go and focus on the present, where we can truly make a difference. Next, I want to talk about a challenge that everyone faces: the struggle to please others. In this pressure-filled world, the desire for acceptance is completely natural. However, you may have realized that trying to please everyone often leads to exhaustion and a loss of direction. We tend to overlook our own feelings and needs in an effort to satisfy others. Yet, this can make us forget who we are and what truly matters. Remember, it's impossible to please everyone, and that's perfectly okay. I've been caught in this trap myself. But then I realized that true happiness comes from being authentic to yourself. Take time to discover what brings you joy and confidence. When you love yourself, your relationships with others will become more genuine and lasting. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to forget about taking care of ourselves. We often prioritize work and responsibilities, leaving our mental and physical health on the back burner. However, health is a cornerstone of happiness and success. When we neglect our well-being, stress and fatigue can quickly take over. I've found myself in this trap before and realized that taking time for self-care is incredibly valuable. Simple actions like exercising, practicing mindfulness, or just taking moments to relax can make a significant difference. When you prioritize your health, you unlock the door to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. You may have heard me mention this topic in various videos before: the habit of buying unnecessary items. In an age where advertisements and promotions are everywhere, it's easy to get tempted by shiny new things. We often convince ourselves that acquiring something new will bring happiness, but in reality, that joy is fleeting and quickly fades, leaving us with clutter in our living spaces. Instead of getting swept up in consumerism, let's shift our perspective and view shopping as an opportunity to invest in ourselves. Ask yourself, is this item truly, essentially to my life? By learning to say no to things that don't matter, you'll find your living space feels more open, allowing you to focus on experiences and relationships that are far more meaningful. Ultimately, true happiness comes from appreciating what you already have, rather than accumulating more possessions. This is also a common issue many people face: holding on to old clothes and items that we no longer use. While it's natural to feel nostalgic about the memories attached to these belongings, cluttering our spaces with things we don't need can hinder our living environment. Instead of keeping these items, consider donating or recycling them. Not only will this help free up space, but it will also create opportunities for others to benefit from what you no longer need. Ask yourself, does this item truly add value to my life? By letting go of unnecessary possessions, you'll feel lighter and create room for new and meaningful experiences in your life. Let's work together to create a more spacious and inspiring living environment. Earlier, I talked about buying unnecessary items, and now I want to add another angle: purchasing just-in-case items that we don't truly need. Often, we convince ourselves that buying something just in case will help us be better prepared, but more often than not, these items end up gathering dust, never actually used. Stockpiling just-in-case items not only clutters our living space, but also drains our finances and adds to the time spent on organizing. Instead of spending on items that may never see the light of day, consider if it's something you genuinely need now. This shift in mindset can save money and help create a more open, organized living space. I've noticed something. Every morning, watching some negative news can really affect my mood for the entire day. Just a few minutes of exposure to tragic headlines is enough to dim the light within me. When our minds are flooded with negative information, it not only dampens our emotions, but also triggers feelings of anxiety and despair. However, we need to recognize that fixating on negative news can lead to a sense of helplessness and disappointment. Instead of letting ourselves be swept away by this stream of pessimism, let's dedicate time to positive sources of information that inspire and motivate us. Stories of kindness, resilience, and positive changes in our communities can bring us joy and hope. Try to minimize the time you spend consuming negative news and redirect your attention toward things that bring you happiness and peace. Life is filled with beautiful moments waiting for you, and choosing to focus on them will improve your mood and nourish your soul. Next, a common habit that many people fall into is holding on to files and technology that are no longer useful. In today's digital age, it's easy to accumulate a vast amount of documents and applications without considering whether we really need them. In reality, this only adds clutter and makes it harder to find important information. When your digital space becomes overcrowded, it can slow down your workflow and waste precious time. Consider taking some time to declutter. Delete unnecessary files and remove unused applications. By cleaning up your storage space, you'll feel lighter and be able to focus on more important things in your life and work. Keeping everything organized not only saves time, but also creates a more positive and efficient working environment. In the digital age, social media has become an integral part of our lives. However, its allure can easily lead to distractions. The constant urge to check our phones can make us miss out on precious moments with family and friends. To combat this, it's essential to use social media mindfully. Set time limits for scrolling and focus on positive, inspiring content. This not only enhances your concentration, but also creates space for the beautiful moments in life. Remember, while social media fosters connection, it can also make us overlook what truly matters. Strive for balance to appreciate the world around you. It's a common habit to keep apps and subscribe to services we don't actually care about. Notifications and messages from these unnecessary apps not only clutter our phone memory, but also create constant distractions, reducing our ability to focus. Plus, emails from these services quickly fill our inbox, making it harder to find important information. Instead of letting these apps and services occupy space in both your device and mind, try clearing them out. Deleting what's unnecessary can make your device run smoother and leave you feeling lighter and more at ease. A regular digital cleanup can help you keep only what truly benefits your daily life. You've probably heard a lot about optimizing productivity. However, one crucial aspect that many overlook is that the desire to achieve limitless productivity can lead to stress and burnout. When we set unrealistically high expectations, it's easy to feel like we're never good enough. Instead of chasing unattainable standards, Focus on working effectively. Implement time management techniques like the Pomodoro technique or the Eisenhower matrix to boost productivity without sacrificing your mental well-being. Remember, productivity isn't a race, it's a journey. Set achievable goals, take breaks, and prioritize self-care to unlock your full potential. Ultimately, finding satisfaction and inner peace is the key to sustainable success. One common pitfall many people encounter is a reluctance to change. Embracing a minimalist lifestyle isn't just about decluttering your space. It's also a journey of self-discovery and growth. Don't let old habits keep you confined to predetermined limits. Being open and adaptable to changes in your life is essential for truly living minimally. For instance, you might find that interests or activities that once excited you no longer align with your minimalist values. Instead of clinging to outdated routines, explore new activities, discover simpler ways of living, or connect with communities that share your goals. By embracing change, you'll uncover valuable and enriching experiences that you might not have considered before. In fact, change often brings opportunities for growth, allowing you to create a more minimalist space and improve your overall quality of life. Remember, minimalism isn't just a stopping point, it's a continuous journey of exploration and development. After successfully decluttering your living space, many people fall into the trap of neglecting the maintenance of their organization. Keeping your environment tidy goes beyond simply cleaning off surfaces or rearranging shelves. It involves establishing daily habits that sustain order. Implement small yet effective routines to keep your space in top shape. For example, set aside 10 minutes each day to review and organize your belongings, or create a to-do list of tasks to complete before the end of the day. These habits not only help you maintain an organized environment, but also enhance your overall well-being, making your home a calming retreat. In today's fast-paced world, processed foods have become a popular choice for those on the go. With their convenience, you can quickly grab a meal without spending much time in the kitchen. However, did you know that consuming too many processed foods can negatively impact your health? Many processed products are loaded with salt, sugar, and preservatives, which can lead to long-term health issues. Additionally, they often lack essential nutrients your body needs. Instead of solely relying on these foods, consider dedicating a bit of time to prepare simple meals using fresh ingredients. By doing so, you not only control the nutritional content, but also savor the natural flavors of your food. Challenge yourself to a week of healthy eating and notice the difference it makes for both your body and the mind. For many, having a drink is just part of socializing or unwinding at the end of the day. But it's easy to lose sight of how alcohol affects not only our health, but also our mental clarity and emotional well-being. Whether it's a casual drink here and there, or a routine of nightly unwinding with alcohol, taking a step back to reflect on our habits can be enlightening. Alcohol can often become a quick escape from stress or difficult emotions. However, by reducing our reliance on it, we open ourselves to finding healthier and more sustainable ways to cope and relax. Drinking mindfully, or even taking breaks from drinking, can help us reconnect with our well-being and see if we're truly making choices that support a balanced and happy life. It's interesting to note that many of us often believe that reading 2 books simultaneously will enhance our reading experience and broaden our knowledge. However, this practice can sometimes lead to not finishing either book. When our minds are split between two different stories or subjects, absorbing information and truly engaging with the content can become more challenging than ever. Instead of trying to divide our attention between multiple books, consider focusing on one at a time. This not only allows you to delve deeper into the material, but also creates a sense of accomplishment when you turn the final page and move on to the next book. Give yourself the gift of fully enjoying each book, as this will enrich your reading experience and improve your retention of the information. Your journey through the world of books will become more enjoyable and memorable when you truly concentrate on each story one at a time. In summary, with the 21 key aspects of minimalist living, you can create a living space that reflects your values and enhances your quality of life. If you found this content helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more tips on minimalist living and personal finance management. Together, let's continue our journey towards simplicity and balance.